Everyone, my name is Lisa Tiggis. I am one of the registered dietitians and wellness consultants, part of the My Way to Health team. Today, I want to walk you through a really delicious homemade veggie burger. It's a little bit different than your traditional veggie burger because we are going to be using garbanzo beans. And you might know these by chickpeas. They're the little tiny beans seen here. And you are probably familiar with them if you are a hummus fan like me. You can tell it's almost all gone. So this is the foundation to make really delicious creamy dips like hummus. But today we're gonna make them into little patties that you can either serve on a bun, or today I'm gonna put them on top of a Greek salad that I'm really looking forward to. So to start, I opened and drained my can of garbanzo beans, and then I rinsed them in a colander. I try and get low sodium beans when I can and other canned goods, but let's face it, these days you just kind of get what you can from the grocery store. So making sure that you rinse off that extra liquid is going to pull off an additional 30% of your sodium. You can also save that liquid. It's called aquafaba, and you can actually use it as an egg replacer or make some other really delicious vegan desserts that gets whipped up kind of like a chocolate mousse. So save that for another time. So I'm gonna take these beans, I put them into my mini food processor. I love this guy for making really small batch things, and I don't wanna get my big food processor dirty. So I pulsed that together until it gets kind of chunky. And to that, I added a little bit of garlic, my favorite pre-minced garlic. I added some cumin, about 1/4 teaspoon, and I'm going to include the recipe below. This adds a really nice smoky flavor, and of course some salt and pepper. And then once I had all that together, I added to that a couple of tablespoons of flour to add a little bit more binder. And then you've got a couple of options here because we want to add a little bit more moisture and binder. So we can already use hummus if you have that on hand. Again, all the flavors are going to play really nicely together. You could also throw in a little bit of tahini. That's going to, again, add enough stickiness, moisture. For those not familiar, tahini is the other secret ingredient in your hummus. This is a sesame seed paste, kind of similar to almond butter in a lot of ways. So you could consider doing that, or you could crack an egg, whatever your preference is. So now that I have all that together, I am just going to go ahead and I am forming this into a large patty. And I'm just kind of using my hands here. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. And then it's going to take a quick dunk into just some white all-purpose flour that I have here. And this is going to give it a nice coating. And then I'm just going to evenly distribute that with my hands. We don't want any super floury parts. This is just going to help it brown up and crisp up in the pan. So meanwhile, I have preheating on the stove just a regular skillet, toasting with some olive oil. And here is my Martha Stewart pre-made magic. I already have my little patties looking all nice and golden brown. So I'm just going to slide these onto my bed of greens that I have here. And as I said, I'm going for kind of a Greek route, right? We've got the chickpeas, that's very Mediterranean. We've got the garlic, the cumin, a little tahini if you're using it. Those are all very Mediterranean. I'm gonna throw on some olives. These Kalamata olives are my favorite. They add a lot of flavor for not that many calories. They are high in salt though, so again, enjoy in moderation. And then some other classic toppings. I have some diced up bell peppers. I have some red onion, and of course I have some cucumber. So I am just gonna throw those all on there for such a bright and colorful salad. Again, you can kind of just empty out the veggie drawer, whatever you have on hand. Last but certainly not least, I like to throw on a little bit of feta cheese that gives some salty bite. And that's one of my favorite cheeses to use, especially for people who are cheese fans but are trying to watch their calorie intake, because it has such a big bite that you don't have to use a lot. So it's a good calorie saving trick. And then of course, a wedge of lemon, my favorite. Dress it all up, and then I'm probably gonna dollop this off just with a little bit more tahini or roasted garlic, and that's gonna be my dressing. So again, your meal has totally come together in a flash. with these pantry staples. So enjoy.